Hey there, beautiful, beautiful women. Welcome to module number 2, our session today. Just going to check in with you if you are all here and whether you can hear me. So if you could just let me know in the chat where you are in the world and if you can hear me, that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, Nicole says, I'm here and I can see and hear you. Perfect. Welcome, Nicole. I'm so excited you're here. From Potsdam, Germany. Awesome. Calgary, Canada. Ibiza, Austria. Las Vegas, baby. Beautiful paper behind you. Thank you. Stockholm, Sweden. National Day, nice. Isabel can hear me also. Belgium, Ghent. Awesome, girls. Yay, we're on. Oh, not sure if I shaved my armpits. Oh, well, who cares anyway? I have a bush on all other places. Maybe this is too much for the webinar. A very good, juicy start. Just checking in all your messages as you're pouring in. I'm just going to wait for a little bit longer for all of you beauties to join us for the live stream. Let's see, we have 19 women so far. Daniela, Alva, Angelica, Barbara, Catherine, Isabella, Susanna, Linnea, Michelle, Laura, Maria, Mia, Natalie, Nicole, Anja, Femke, Siv, Stephanie, and Janie. 20 women now, so 2 just joined. Awesome, beautiful. Yes to the bush power. Yes, women. Thank you. Oh, I love this. Feels so good. So beautiful, girls. I'm just going to give you a little welcome. So welcome, beautiful women, to today, module number 2, our second live session. And I'm incredibly excited for everything that we're going to talk about today. It's going to be a very powerful session. So today we will talk about what it actually means to be an abundant passionpreneur. Because that word stands for something, right? So what does that mean, the word abundance? So we're going to explain that. We will also share our beliefs about money and how we have turned that around and how we look at that now and how we use that in our business. So, because you can have a passion, but then how do you move it into a business, right? And we will also share our personal reasons for doing this in the way that we do, for generating and attracting money, and for having set up a system so that we can live in abundance. So we'll talk about abundance in all ways, but today specifically about financial abundance. We're also going to look at profit models. So just very specific ways on how you can actually generate that money, specifically online. We're going to teach you some ways that we use and that we know and we think are very powerful. And getting clear for you on how you can actually start creating the money that you'd love to make. So we're also going to do something called number love. So don't freak out yet, because we're going to give you a little detailed explanations once we get there. And then at the end, because of popular request, we are going to do a beautiful manifestation exercise by Ronja that she also did in the, but different, because we changed it around for today's specific session, that some of you may know from the other live webinars that we've done during the Live Your Passion Challenge. So how does this sound? Are you guys ready for what we're up to today with this little introduction that I gave you? Just let me know in the chat how you feel about what we're going to be talking about today, if you're excited or not. Just give me a little heads up so I can see. There come your messages. Nicole says, yay! Super awesome, Nicole. Cool. Jenny says, yes, I'm excited. Great. Feels great, Maria. Yeah, bring it on, says Alva. Completely, Laura. Excited, says Mia. Siv says, yay. I know, Siv, you were the one who requested the meditation. Linnea is so excited. Susanna, yes, yes, yes. Super excited. Excited, but with some prickling fears. Well, we got your back, Catherine. We got your back. Yes, says Alessia. Let's do this. Feeling excited. So cool. Perfect. I'm also excited. So that's good. We are all excited. Super awesome. So girls, this topic is going to be a deep and beautiful topic. So, and this breakthrough, this shift is really what has enabled Rania and I both to actually start making a difference for the planet. So really getting straight, what abundance stands for us, and breaking through whatever was limiting us to actually getting there and really make a difference on the planet. Now, a little heads up, it is a beautiful topic and it will very likely bring up some things. So today what we're going to be doing is a lot of first chakra work, because we're going to be talking about money and specifically doing what you love into making money. So that's a topic that I know for a lot of you, well, let's just say for me and for Ronya, when we just started, it was like, oh my God, like, how do we do that? And so many limiting beliefs were around that. So as we're starting, I just want to invite you to, during this session, do a lot of check-ins with your body. And now some of you may be in a space where this is not possible, but if you're in a private space, I invite you to do a lot of sounding. So whenever we're talking about something where you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know, or even if it's just regular that I'm just sharing, sound. So that can be like, or like taking in deep breaths and just literally, you can do it with me right now, just like really taking in a deep breath, being like, and really being connected to your body in this exercise. So being aware of your breathing. Continuously getting back to being here, being now here with each other in this group. So, okay, I'm just double checking here because Runya is going to join us in a little bit and she's going to take over. And until we do that, I am going to just take you right now already through a little physical exercise because that's what we're all about, right? Now I'm going to invite you, and let me just see how I'm going to do it here so that you can still see me. I was doubting whether I'd do it, but I think it's super important that we do some shaking. So I'm going to try to do this in a way so that you can actually see my full body. So I need to see if I need to put the camera a little bit further back or if you can actually follow me like this. So I'm going to invite you right now to get up, stand up. And if you are in a place where you really can't do it, okay. Oh, here's Ronya, by the way. Just going to put you a little bit on the side, Ronya, so that I can guide this session. So, but otherwise, I highly recommend that you find a spot where you can stand up. So, Ronya, I'm just going to mute you for a second because I'm just guiding the women right now through like a little embodiment exercise before we start. So let me see. Ronya, can you mute yourself? Awesome. I think she just did that. Perfect. So girls, just find a spot somewhere in front of your computer. If you have your phone, just put it down somewhere. And stand on the floor. If you have shoes on, you can just keep them on. Doesn't matter because we're only going to do this really shortly right now. So, and then let your hands hang on the side of your body. And we're going to start by just taking a deep breath in. So join this with me. And on the out breath, make a sound and go, ah. Once again, deep breath in. Ah. So then I'm going to invite you to just start gently shaking your body a little bit. So you're just going to have your feet kind of hip distance apart. And just very gently bounce like in and out of your heels, pushing up and down from your heels. Making sure that you have enough space for your arms to just like be on the side. And close your eyes if you haven't already. And as you're doing this, I'm going to invite you to just breathe for a second. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. You can follow along with me or totally go into your own rhythm. But whatever way you do it, I'm going to ask you to take in full deep breaths. And if you are not already, you can see if you can really make that sound on your out breath. So here we go. You can move up that shaking a little bit. Just aware that I'm wearing headphones, so I'm actually going to put this down, but you can keep on shaking. Turn up the volume on your shaking, so giving it more energy, more shake, more of your full body moving. And as you're doing that, just keep on breathing, keep on making sounds. So, and if you're like, oh my gosh, this Leonie's really loud, just do it in your own way that feels comfortable for you. And then slowly, gently make the movement less and less intense. But don't stop completely yet. Keep breathing. And gently come to a halt. Okay. Just continue feeling your body a little bit. You can place one hand around your womb area, and one hand on your chest, on your heart. As you're standing there, just feel your heartbeat for a second. And I'm going to ask you to just find a spot where you can comfortably sit down. And when you sit down, you can just close your eyes again for a little bit longer. Just be aware for a second of where you are right now. Where in the world you are, what country you are in, specific city. Be aware of the time that it is right now, what time of day, and the location you are in. And feel your body. Just a simple little body scan. Feel your head, maybe vibrating a little bit from this little shaking exercise. Go down to your throat, your breasts. Feel your arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your hands. Try to feel your belly, specifically what's happening for you in your womb area. Just take a few more breaths into that area and just feel what's present for you there. And if it feels very numb, just see if you can visualize your womb. Just feel yourself settling down into your chair. And as you're sitting there, just become aware for a second that we are here right now, tuning in with over 20 women who are all tuning in live from all over the world. All of us tuning in today because we are up to something. So we want to learn, grow, expand, connect with ourselves more deeply. So just feel connected for a second. I know I feel very connected with all of you. all of you who are here, just be aware of your own intention, why you have shown up today. Why you have joined this program, why you're here, and why you would like to grow. The impact that doing this work, this play, is going to have on your own life and that of other people. Take another deep breath. All the way in and hold it. And exhale. Gently become aware again of where you are, the sounds around you, the room you're in. Squeeze your fingers and your toes. And you can keep your eyes closed and just stretch yourself a little bit. All the way to the left. And up. And to the right. And then a little free flow stretching for whatever body part right now needs your attention the most. Then gently, if you haven't already, just open your eyes. And get into your right position to be fully present for this session. I'm just going to put back on my headphones so that my sound is better for you. So beautiful, women. I would just love to know from you in the chat, just real quick, how this was for you and how you feel right now, just straight after doing this exercise. Annika says, love this exercise. Beautiful, Annika. Just checking in with you, just waiting for your chat to come in. Connecting, says Catherine. Gorgeous, beautiful. Thank you, Susanna. Calm, grounded, says Janie. I love this. Yeah, I also feel very grounded, and I felt very connected with all of you. So aware and so empowered and excited that I get to share this with you, and that we're all here because we want to make a difference. I love that. Feel very happy. Yes, the shaking connects totally. Oh, beautiful. Centered and happily ready to start. Says Laura. I feel my body lighter and more connected, Barbara. I feel in my body, I feel feminine and strong. Yes, gorgeous. Awesome. Yay, beautiful, beautiful women. So let's dive into our content for today. So, you are here in the Abundant Passionpreneur program. So what does that even mean, right? Because it's such a nice word, the Abundant Passionpreneur, but what does it really stand for? What is it all about? And I want to talk specifically today to you about that word abundant. What does that mean? It's something that we use so often and all over the place, but what is it really about, and how can we expand that? And when I say abundance, I'm talking about an integral type of wealth and abundance. So abundance of happiness, abundance of food, abundance of beautiful, rich connections, and also financial abundance. So financial abundance and wealth is one of these pillars that's actually very often neglected, specifically by creative, loving women that have a vision and a mission in this world. So a lot of healers. And why is that, right? It's often because in our society, we have somehow learned that money can be bad or limiting or dangerous or like ego-based, or that money is earned through doing something that's just a job, but not with my mission, right? So today we are going to talk about how you can generate money through your mission. But before we go into that, we're going to talk about what my and Ronja's beliefs are about money and why we actually believe that money is amazing, beautiful, and even spiritual to have it and to use it. So when I say that money, spiritual, just as a quick note, I would love to know from you in the chat, how does that make you feel? Money being spiritual. Just let me know in 1 or 2 words or more if you feel like it, like a quick little message of how that is for you when I mention, yeah, money can be spiritual. And in fact, a very powerful tool. I would love to know that from you. Feels great, says Siv. Yes, says Natalie. Yeah, beautiful. Let me just see if I see more of you writing in the chat. Yes, finally, say more, says Linnea. Feels really, really good. My heart opens. Yes, totally. Makes me feel more open towards it. Yay! Feels strange, says Anya. Just listen to Bentinho Massaro too, so I am already in the theme. Wonderful, great. I feel some resistance, says Isabel, as there's this image of spirituality being free and people providing it should be selfless. Okay, interesting. Confused, says Annika. And not focused on the money. Yeah, Isabella, I totally get you. And that's why we're addressing this right on in this program, because we think it's such an incredibly important topic. Feels like money is an energy exchange. There you go. Beautiful, Alessia. Gorgeous women. Thank you so much for your quick feedback. So I know where all of you stand. I already had a bit of an idea, but this makes it even more clear for me. So today I'll share our beliefs, Ronja and I's beliefs on what we think money actually is, or not how it is, because that would provide like one truth, but what we believe about it and what we find empowering. So just a little heads up before I dive into this. There is no right or wrong belief. There are only ones that empower you and ones that don't. Now, if you want to be a real abundant passionpreneur and not be broke, you want to pick some beliefs that are empowering for you. And this is going to make you feel excited, pumped up, and ready to actually fully take in all the practical skills and the tips that you need to turn your passion into a business, but really to live your mission and really to make a difference on this planet for all those people that you want to make a difference for. And also to create some great income. So I'm just going to share with you right now our beliefs, and you can listen along as we go, but you can also just make some notes for yourself of what you find inspiring. So maybe I'll just give you a quick little minute to grab your notebook and a pen, because we're going into our work right now. So if you haven't already, go ahead and grab your notebook and a pen. Great. So my first belief about money. Money is a tool of trade. Money is a tool of trade. So money really is just there to make your life easier. And on a very practical level, back in the day, we used to trade as well. But I might have been, let's just say that I was, what would I want to be? I'm a wheat farmer, right? So my partner and our children and I, we have a wheat farm. And if I would want to have some, let's say, what can I come up with right now? Some fruits, like some mangoes. Let's say that I'm living in a tropical country. I want to have some mangoes, then I would need to exchange my wheat for mangoes, which is kind of doable, right? You can do that, simple exchange, wheat for mangoes. But how about I want to have some nuts, like some cashew nuts, for instance. However, the guy that has cashew nuts doesn't want my wheat. It makes it kind of a bit more complicated. However, the guy that has the mangoes, or the girl that has the mangoes, she does want wheat, and the guy who has the cashews wants the mangoes. So there's an exchange that we can do with the three of us. However, on a worldly scale, it's much easier if we can actually use money. It's a very, very powerful tool that represents a value, that makes it easier for us. So we don't need to, if I'm going to go shop for whatever I want, I don't need to bring my wheat or my mangoes or my camels or my iPhones or whatever along with me, but I can just go there and I can use this thing that we agreed on, like this is a tool of trade, to exchange with people. So it's just really like something that stands for value. It's a tool of trade. Our other belief is that money, the love of money is the love of the human mind, of human creativity, of production, of progress, of freedom. Now, and often we've seen that, being taken advantage of in a way that people are actually using that to create really nasty stuff on this planet. But if we would just take that out of the equation, because that's not something that you're going to be doing, money really is something that can stand for amazing things that we can create as human beings, like epic, powerful things that we can create. So, for instance, I know that some of you are in this program. So you're paying for this program because Ronja and I, have created something of value for you. And this is going to help you move forward. So it's really something that stands for creativity. Here's another belief that we have. Wealth, financial wealth, and obviously wealth in all ways, but also financial wealth eliminates poverty. It can eliminate poverty and human suffering. Money used in the right way can do that. Next belief, making money is the highest form of contribution if you do it right. Making money is the highest form of contribution. Now, once again, as I'm saying these beliefs, girls, if you feel like some contraction or something happening in your body, I invite you to just put both of your legs on the floor. Take some breaths and just breathe with whatever is coming up for you as I'm sharing these things. Once again, these beliefs are not right or wrong, but this is what I and Ronja chose to believe about money because it feels aligned for us. It feels true. It feels empowering. It feels good. So you can see for yourself what you want to do with it. No right or wrong, but just feel what these things are triggering up for you. Making money is the highest form of contribution. Like, honestly, if you look at some of the progress for humanity and progress for the human race, a lot of people who did make a lot of money did amazing things for the human race. I know there are also people who didn't, like if you look at the oil industry and stuff. But on the other hand, though, through the oil industry, we've also been able to have cars. Like, we have transportation. That's an amazing thing. So in a way, money makers did more for the progress of humanity than a lot of other people, than, let's say, all of politics combined. And if you look at that in the positive lens, right now you have people like Elon Musk, who owns Tesla, which is like the super green company. And he is making amazing money with what he's doing. And if he wouldn't have all that money, he would never be able to set up the production on such a huge level that he's doing right now. So money makers did more for the progress of the human race than any other people. Money is great. That's another belief that we have, that we love. Money is great. Money is powerful. Money is energy. And this is a very powerful one that I'm going to share with you right now. The more I contribute to people, the more money I make. The more I contribute to other people, the more money I make. So if we really look at money as a tool of trade, it's something that somebody is willing to give for me for a value that I am giving to them, like something valuable, something that offers somebody growth, then I can see money as, something that comes from me in return for that, for something that I've contributed. And the only way that we can make money is by adding value to other people. And yes, we may say that some people in this planet do that through things that are not necessarily adding value to all of humanity, but I know that's not what you're doing. So for us, it's the more I contribute to people, the more money I make. In one way or another, you need to make a contribution to other people. I just want to check in with you girls and just get a quick little message from you. What's happening for you right now? Lotus says, I feel my solar plexus on my jaws. What else is happening for you girls? I would love to know. Just give me a little message. So if you feel your solar plexus and your jaws, Lotte, you can really totally feel that. And I'm going to invite you to just open your legs and take a deep breath in, like, and just notice what's happening for you. Nicole says, all nice, but what about the predominant contrasting beliefs out there in the world that we want to contribute to? We're going to talk about that in a minute, Nicole. Anya says, I like money. Natalie has question marks. Isabel says, the part of offering growth really resonating with me. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to invite you girls just right now, all of you with me, to just like place your feet on the floor. And I'm going to do one of Ronja's super sexy goddess rinses. And then I'm going to give it right over to you later on, Ronja. So just had a blackout right there. So we're just gonna open our legs, feel really comfortable as we're sitting, close your eyes for a second, and put your arms up on the sides of you. Take a deep breath in, and as you're doing that, just take your hands and caress all of your body, your arms, your breasts, your belly, everything that you find on your way as you go down in your legs, and squeeze them. And once again, we're going to put our arms up along the sides. And breathe out. And caress your head, your ears, your neck, your breasts, your belly, your legs. And once more, breathe in and put your arms up along the side. And on top, then let your hands come down and trace the midlines of your body. So your forehead, your nose, your lips, your chin, your throat. And just as you come down, leave your hands on your belly for a second. Take one more breath in. And a breath out. So with that, I'm just seeing all of your comments come in, and I'm just gonna let Ronja know on what we're up to right now. So beautiful, Ronja's in. And what we've done so far is we've just gone through what it means to be an abundant passionpreneur. And we've talked about I've talked a little bit about what abundance means to us. So what our beliefs are about money. Let me just see. I'm just going to share this here with you. And just looking right now at what's coming up for women in this. So I'm just going to read some of them out loud. Carola says, makes sense, these beliefs. Susanna says, these beliefs make me feel really good. Siv says, this is so true. I get royalties for what I am writing. So it is perfectly clear that the more people I reach and touch, the more money I get. Alva says, money gives freedom. Yeah, I love that way of looking at it as well, Alva. That is so gorgeous. Making money is the highest form of contribution. Doesn't land clear with me. The rest does. Okay, great. So Catherine says, my body feels a little tense, but my heart is opening up to it. Yay, beautiful, Catherine. I'm so happy to hear that. So once again, girls, basically what we're doing here and why we're sharing these beliefs is because we want to inspire you. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to take some time and to write down beliefs that would feel good to you. We want to inspire you on beliefs that feel good, something that you can take on for yourself that's actually going to help you move forward and really feel empowered in this and in what you're up to. So what are the beliefs that you would like to choose? That is the question. So actually right now, I'm going to ask you to do an exercise. So I'm going to ask you to grab your notebook right now. I don't have mine here, but that's okay. I don't need it. And to write down for yourself the empowering beliefs that you would like to take on. So how do you want to feel about money? And you don't need to write this down as I'm saying this right now. You can just listen to me for a second. What do you want to believe, and what do you believe to be the truth about money? So in a minute, we're going to give you a couple of minutes to do this. And you can totally feel free to steal all of our beliefs and add yours as you go. And if you don't resonate with some of the things that we said, then just ditch them. Totally cool. No worries whatsoever. So with that, I'm just going to ask Ronja to tune in. And Ronja, maybe you can, as women are doing this exercise, just go through our beliefs for money. And maybe you can add some of yours as well, because I didn't mention all of the beliefs, but just like mention a few of yours. And as we're doing that, women can be inspired, write some down, because I imagine a lot of you may have forgotten some already. And Ronja, you can add some along as we go. How does that sound?
That sounds absolutely perfect. Just want to check that sound and everything is working and that we're all connected here. I should be on the fastest Wi-Fi in this town. So we should be all fucking good to rock it and roll it and go. So awesome. Sweet. So yeah, so there's lots of, so I grew up with a lot of super limiting beliefs about money. I thought that like, if I have more, that means that somebody else has less. And so in case Leonie hasn't mentioned that today, again, as a reminder, there is enough money in circulation right now on this planet for every person to be a millionaire. So it's not a matter of supply and scarcity. There's plenty of money to go around, and they're printing more by the minute. And so some of our money beliefs is that money is really a tool for trade. It's an energy exchange. And it's here to make life easier for us so that we don't have to be like, oh, I want an iPhone. Here's a camel, or here's like a bag of wheat, or like, oh, I want a massage from you. Well, I have like an iron shovel I can use. And let me just one second.
So basically, just to give you a little bit of an idea, Ronja, so I already went through some of the beliefs.
Okay.
I didn't go through all of them. Let me just give you the ones that we didn't. But I think it will be good to just like shortly touch upon all of them. Like I've given details for all of them, but just like shortly touch upon all of them so that they can easily be like, oh, wait, that's what she said. And then you can add like your personal little thingy to it. And I think that would work great. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I just want to basically share, actually what I feel moved to share is my personal feeling about, which is basically that everything, including money, is energy. And it's actually, in a way, one of the most beautiful things is that it's a tool that we can use, and it just makes giving a lot easier and sharing a lot easier. So for example, it's like, I give somebody a massage or a coaching session and they give me money either in the form of paper or they're just on a screen. And then I say, go into a restaurant and I'm like, hey, I would love some food. And they're like, well, do you have some papers? And I'm like, here are some papers. And it just makes life really fun and really easy in a really beautiful way. So for me, money feels really lighthearted. Money to me as well feels like very much like an in-breath and an out-breath thing, and I trust the flow of that. And one of the most beautiful things for me to notice was that, well, I've always had enough so far, and the proof is in that I'm still here. And so can I trust that it will just keep on always being more than enough, more than enough? And with money, my experience is that when the flow is really tight, when I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend anything and I just want to hold on to what I have, then that's like the outflow is through a very, very small hole. But it's the same hole, so to speak, energetically, that through which money then comes in. So if I'm blocking the outflow in a fearful way, then I'm also blocking the inflow. And the more I'm just in this affluence, it's like, it's good, it's great to be smart with money and to not waste it. But for me, it's like when there's the sense of ease around it, it just flows a lot easier. And for me personally, if I say go out to a cafe where I don't need to spend time making the food, but I can just sit and do my work, and then they bring it to me, I'm in a really inspiring place, I'm getting a lot more done, such that I actually end up making a lot more money, then that is money well spent. And so these little extra expenses that up your productivity, for me, is one of the best investments that you can make in your business. And so just having that ease and flow.
Hey girls, just checking in with you for if you can still hear Ronja, because I noticed for me she dropped out. I don't know if that's just happening on my end. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi, but just checking in with you. Can you just let me know in the chat if you can hear her or if the message is frozen for you? No, you can't hear her. Oh no, she's out. Oh well, let's see. I'm sure she's going to come back in a minute. We are actually surprised by the issues we've had with the Wi-Fi in Latin America. She's actually in a place specifically because it has good Wi-Fi and it still isn't good enough. So let me just check for a second if she's going to come back right now. No, it looks like she's out for now. Anyway, I'm so grateful that she just added that little bit because it's very beautiful to hear her personal story with it as well. And I know for Ronja that she's very, just going to let Ronja know, no, we can't hear or see you. Maybe try to get back on again. So Ronja's just going to try to go out and come back on. Loved her share, says Mia. Yeah, I really love it as well. Ronja is such a good storyteller as well. So I would love to share real quick with you girls something for me and something that has happened for me in terms of money. I had been wanting to have a breakthrough in the... Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I was just...
Okay.
For one moment.
Okay, there you are. Okay, please continue because everybody loved your share.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. So that's my little passionate rant about this. And so, for example, also in terms of money and self-care, I find that every time I pay for, say, getting a massage, during the massage session, I always get like so much inspiration and so much energy and so much rejuvenation that I get like...
Girls, is this on my end or is it happening for you as well? Can you just let me know in the chat? Oh, so sad. Okay, well, it is as it is. So I'm gonna take you from here. Let me just see for a second where we were at. Okay. Yeah, let me see right here. So I just want to share something with you that I think would really resonate with you, or at least will be an inspiring story for you. I am right now, as some of you may know, I'm in Barcelona. And I am, leave South America, Ronja, I know. I'm sure she's going to pop back in. Maybe she will need to move location again. And if not, what we're going to do is we're going to just ask her to record a video and share it with you, or I'm going to edit it into this video somehow because she has very powerful stuff to share on this as well. So we're definitely going to make sure, girls, that you are going to get her share and like all the good stuff that she wanted to share about this. So totally gonna make sure that you're gonna get that. If it's not gonna happen in this live webinar, we are gonna just create an extra session for you, which we will record. So then we can kind of bypass the Wi-Fi issue. So Karen says, would love to know more about the blocking of the outflow. What do you mean by that, Katrin? Okay, here's Ronja again. So women are sharing that they would love to know more about the blocking of the outflow.
Okay. So the blocking of the outflow, so please do not take this as religion. Please be responsible. Do your own, research and whatever feels good for you. For me personally, I live by the philosophy that life responds to us. Reality isn't anything, and the vibration that we are emanating attracts our reality. And so if I'm vibrating on a feeling of like, oh, there's not enough and I better hold on to the little that I have, then the universe goes like, well, we live in an infinitely abundant universe and there's plenty of money over here. But she says that she wants to have the experience of like, oh, not being enough. And so that's the reality that I then attract and choose and create. And so for me, it works to tune into this feeling of being connected to the source of unlimited abundance. And yes, and with that, when I am in that trust and in that flow, then my creative bandwidth is freed up to be in creative mode. Because how much can I actually be of service and how much genius do I have access to when I am focused on, I better hold on to the little that I have, as opposed to like, how can I serve? How can I give? How can I be of service? How can I share? How can I learn and share and learn and share? And so with that is what works for me, because I'm here to create and to be of service. And if I'm too bogged down and focused on like holding on to the pennies, then I can't be in that creative flow and I can't have the impact that I'm meant to have. And so for me personally, it just came down to a choice, like, well, I either trust life or I don't. And so Mia is asking about the receiving massage. Yeah, so when I receive, every time I receive a massage or invest in my well-being, then I go into a state where inspiration flows naturally. So every time I receive a massage, I get these downloads from like, oh, I want to create this, or I want to do this, or I want to, whatever it is. First time I had the idea for the Abundant Passionpreneur program, I was actually in a course with Bentinho Massaro, and downloads and inspiration were just happening. And so every time I pay for a course or go for a massage or invest in something that fuels my well-being and inspiration, then inspiration comes to me in such a way that I cannot help but create. And then so much more money comes in than whatever I initially invested in the course or in the massage or in the whatever that might have been. And so Leonie writes, the empowering belief here is money will flow to me when I fully give and receive. Exactly. It's being in that flow, because it's not about that I want to just take, but it's like, how can I open the flow in both directions? Exactly. There's never a lack of money. Okay, love. So hopefully you have been writing down some things for yourself. And if not, then feel free to just, like, as inspiration comes to you, write things down. Anything that empowers you, anything that feels like, especially if it's a little bit edgy and you're like, ooh, could I really write this? Like, money is sexy, money is love, money is healing. Then write that down. And let us know if you need any more time. So we'll just give you a couple of minutes. Yes, let's just take a couple of minutes now to write down what came up. And if you have already written everything down, then you can write down some more. And if you're done, then you can have a stretch. So yes, we'll just have a couple of minutes right now where you can write some things down. So write down aligned, empowering, loving affirmations about abundance. Great. So feel free to steal ours and you can add yours. A moment.
So girls, you can just continue right now writing down empowering beliefs for you. So from whatever it was that we had given to you as example, you can pick those, or you can also create some for yourself. So I see Lotus saying, I deserve everything, anything, or maybe everything. And money is feminine and sexy. Yeah, beautiful, super powerful. Money is an agent of healing. Exactly. Money is energy. I can use it to heal the world. That's beautiful, Nicole. Yeah, gorgeous.
Okay, ladies, I'm just going to move to another beautiful room here. I will just walk with you. You might see my boobs up close. We'll find out. Let's just see. So take another couple of minutes to write these down and sharing in the chat with us.
Awesome. Money is an appreciation and a positive response to something I have created. Money is fun. Beautiful, beautiful. Siv, I love that. And any belief that for you feels good, that for you feels enriching and enhancing. I know for me, the one, money is a tool of trade, for me was just really like bringing me down to earth. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, money is not evil. It can just be a tool of trade, which I can use as a tool for healing, because it allows me to, like build up my business and to make a difference in the world and like invest in tools that I need to grow that, or like invest in a camera team or yeah. So just take your time and write down the ones that feel good for you. I'm loving what you're sharing here. Money makes giving a lot easier. Yes, Mia, boom. I love that. That is amazing. I'm actually going to take that on and put that into my little booklet. Money brings relaxation. Beautiful, Angelica. And so true also, right? Because most of the stress in this world, actually the number one cause of stress is money. So we're going to go into that in a little bit. It's beautiful. Money brings me tons of inspiration, beautiful places, beautiful restaurant, massages, which gives me such heightened productivity, which enables to give heaps more. I love that, Mia. Lovely. Annika says, money is freedom. Yes, gorgeous. Money is openness, says Catherine. Playful, adventurous, peaceful, and free. Beautiful. I really open my genius of service through making a lot of money, says Mia. Gorgeous. Yeah, right? The more I give, the more I can receive. Being excellent receivers for what the universe wants to give us in return for what we're giving. Barbara says, to have abundance of money makes me free to focus on doing and sharing what I love. Beautiful. Annika says, money enables me to do what I love. Love that one as well. That's really awesome, Annika. Yeah. I was touched that while I have a small belief that making money and being my own boss and making money is a mirage, doing the exercise of touching was quite powerful. I am a woman and I can create this. Yes, I love that, Natalie. Money flows, says Linnea. Beautiful. How about money flows to me? I love that one too. Money creates possibilities of making my best life. Yes, love it. Money loves me. I like that one. I know that in anything, you get back what you give in. So I'm starting to see money can be the same. If you restrict your sharing, maybe you restrict your money flow too, similar to the restricted outflow of money concept discussed before. Yeah, it's really an abundant mindset, which once again doesn't mean that you need to spend all of your money and go down to zero, but it can also mean that you just really give by sharing yourself. Because what are Ronja and I doing right now? We could, give into the belief that we're not good enough or whatever, but we're sharing ourselves. We're sharing ourselves with you. And you sharing yourself fully with the world and asking money for that is going to empower everybody. It's going to empower the people you serve as well as you through the financial flow that's going to come your way. Chantal says, I feel that when you open you for you, then you open you for the appreciation from the universe. And that is with cash flow of love and money. I love that. When you open you to the universe, I think that's kind of how you mean it, right? Money can be used to change the common meaning about money by enabling people to heal and grow. Yes, I love that. That's beautiful, Anya. Money flows to me easily. Love that one, Maria. Dinaya says, I actually wrote money flows easily to me as well, but it flows to everyone. So money flows, but it flows to you easily also. So I think for me, I would want to write that one down. Money flows to me easily. Life is smiling to you by money. Sweet. I love that, Laura. Awesome. Wonderful. So girls, just take a little bit longer if you need. Just finish writing down all of the beliefs that you feel inspired by. Maybe there are some that you've heard from other women that you love, and write those down. So then we're going to slowly start wrapping it up. Take like another little minute. Money is pretty darn sexy, and I love feeling sexy. Yeah, ooh, me too. That is awesome, Mia. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So, girls, just maybe slowly start wrapping up. And then we are going to move into the next part of our webinar. I see that we are already 1 hour in. So maybe we can do this exercise without doing it for too long. I'm going to move this on to, well, I think I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction here. And then I'm going to move this on to Ronja, because actually what Ronja is going to share with you now is the first thing I ever heard from her that had an impact on me, had a huge impact on me. It was in a video that she once shared. So girls, start wrapping up. If there's anything you need to write down, do it now, and otherwise come back to it later. Take your notebook, go to another page, and then we're going to move into a next exercise. And the next exercise we're going to be doing is your big why, your big massive why. And I'm going to give it on to Ronja right now.
Sweet, guys. Beautiful. I love all your sexy money beliefs. So juicy. Makes me really happy to read all this stuff.
Okay, so I think Ronja is out again. Ronja, I noticed that you were out again for a little bit. So what I propose is that maybe you switch off your camera. I don't know, maybe that would just help because the bandwidth can take the camera better. Just the sound, I mean.
Okay. I will try that. Okay, love. So give me a green light that you can hear me in a good way. Okay, sweet. So again, money. So you can close your eyes even and receive this if you want to. That money, again, is energy. Money as a tool. Money is a stand-on for giving and receiving. And so money in itself doesn't actually really just what we put into it and what we can create and what we can do with it. that is the super, super cool thing. So for example, if you want and you want to have a beautiful adventure in this life, then money is a really great tool for that experience. Now, again, before, as I probably have mentioned a bunch of times, I was traveling before I had money. I was hitchhiking, I was trading, I was finding creative ways. So you don't need money to travel, for example, but it makes it a whole lot easier, especially if you want to fly to the other side of the world and climb a mountaintop or hike the jungle, then definitely easier with money. And so I want to share some of our personal examples of why we feel so excited and what I feel so excited about having a lot of money and becoming financially free. And also, which we're going to go into a bit later, different ways to create both active, passive, and residual income. And so personally for me, the main reasons why I love to have a lot of money is that I love to travel. So in this lifetime, that it enables me to enjoy this beautiful planet and to connect with like epic creators from all over the place. Because I tend to, whenever I travel,
Okay, so Ronja dropped out again. Oh my goodness. So Ronja was sharing her reasons for being financially free and really generating the income that you want. Like, why do you want money? And she shared already quite shortly that money to itself doesn't mean anything.
in a deeper way.
And if you were to say, well. Oh, hello, Ronja, you dropped out for like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. Do you want to continue?
Yes, I do. Okay, wow, this is so fun. This is like the fastest Wi-Fi. So just send your good vibes. So let me just reiterate. So yes, I love to travel. I also love to join courses with amazing teachers around the world so that I can learn more and also share more in a deeper way. Spend more time with my family. I know my mom is on this call, so I'm like, Mom, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks. So both be able to travel to Sweden to see them, as well as, which is what I'm moving towards now, have the kind of money where I can actually bring them over to wherever I am in the world, so that we can share in that experience as well. And even if it's not about traveling, if you spend less time working like crazy hours and you have more time, especially if you have children, that's going to mean like you can't even put a price on that. That's just like that precious time with the people that you love. There's absolutely nothing that can top that, I think. Another thing, choose organic over non-organic food and be able to buy pretty much all my food either in like local small independent eco stores as opposed to like big ass corporations, and also support restaurants and these kind of things, and to be able to feed my body with the best raw and organic vegan foods. Another thing is to share abundance with the people who work with me. So growing my team, which then again allows me to serve in a deeper way. So it all comes back to service. You see, if I have enough money so that I can pay assistants and team members and filmmakers and editors, etc., then I can be in creative mode a lot more of the time. I can also pay other people so they get an income, and we can share with exponentially more people in here. So if you want to share more, than having more money to grow a team is an awesome way to do that as well. And also to share generously with causes I support. You might have seen that in the Central Yugini, when you join as a year member or lifetime access where you pay all at once, then we restore the eyesight for 2 blind people in the developing world, specifically around the Himalayas. So for every person who joins Central Yugini, where you pay like a lifetime access membership all up front, and we restore the eyesight for 2 blind people. And so that's just like one example of what you can do when you have more money. And I'll be doing that a lot more as my business keeps on growing. And then, of course, receiving massage, I mentioned that already, and the freedom to take time out when needed. So for example, when you're on your period, when you're on your moon time, when you just feel like you need a break, or maybe you want to take a month or a year to write a book. So if you have passive or semi-passive income streams, then you can actually have that kind of creative freedom. So affluence, freedom, and abundance. So it just adds so much value to your life. And people who say that money can't buy you happiness, you haven't actually looked into what you can spend money on. Of course, it can't fundamentally change your happiness level, but you can definitely spend money in a way that feels really joyful. And so take a minute now and just write down a few bullet points, like your big whys, if you haven't been doing that already. So we'll just give you 2 minutes to write that down. And if you've been writing already, then you can simply have a stretch, have a little reset. So write down what kind of things would you love to spend your money on?
And you can really free flow here. So, and write down for yourself. For instance, like what Lunia shared, I would like to earn money and create financial freedom because I love to travel. That's my big why. Or I would like to earn money because I want to join courses with fantastic teachers so I can serve even deeper. Or for instance, I love money because it gives me freedom and it helps me get safety, inner peace, and security. So these are all reasons for your big why. And if you want to, girls, feel free to also share with us in the chat what you are discovering for yourself.
So we'll take just 1 more minute for this, and feel free to share in the chat what you have written down as well. Daniela says, I totally loved everything you just mentioned. I can imagine that a lot of them are pretty universal, but feel free to share nonetheless, just so you put this in, because this to me feels really joyful. It's like I could buy, 100 kilos of raw chocolate and then invite everyone I know for a chocolate party. There's so much you can do. So Mia says, love this exercise. And then she says, spend time with the world's most epic beings, teachers, etc. I can much, much more easily get around to co-create with the most epic beings on this planet. Exactly. Like, for example, now when I'm here with Leila Martin in the SLRC retreat that I'm holding space in as well, with really amazing women, that is currently in a training that I'm paying for. It's like a $10,000 training. And being here now, I'm then getting connected to really high level people and teachers. And just yesterday, one of the owners at a resort here in Tulum, she came and she asked me if I wanted to come and teach for 2 weeks in January here for some really epic epic people who are going to come in from all over the world. And this is a resort where people like Elon Musk hang out. And they are now asking if I can teach Tantra for 2 weeks in January. So I'm like, sure, I can do that. That wouldn't have happened if I had been like, oh no, that would be a terrible investment to do this course or whatever, and like hold myself back. But then in going for it, and these kind of opportunities just present themselves. So Maria says, living in abundance would make me feel free, happy, safe, and being able to give to the world. Beautiful. And Janie says, everything you just said, plus being able to take more risks with money. Yeah, you could also invest more, for example. Nicole said, so if I'm financially free, I can live an animal, people, and planet-friendly life entirely. Beautiful. He says, yeah, that's so great. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to be in Tulum in Mexico in January, I'll be teaching Tantra here in a resort. Isabel says, I want to earn money to have time and freedom to travel, stay at ashram in India, learn from gurus, work on my acro yoga practice, eat whole and organic foods. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to try to come onto video for a second because I want to just allow all of this to seep in. So as some more sharings are coming in, so Natalie says, money so that I can have a second house or big studio, learn more about sound to support those I believe in, feel free to travel and see my family, etc., etc., etc. Beautiful. Love all of this. So let's just take a moment and hold all of these visions, all of these desires, and all of these big whys that we have as women. And take a moment, whatever your body wants to come into in terms of position or full body mudra or something, and just hold that for each other, almost as if we're holding hands. If you want to do, you can do this like left hand up, right hand down. Just take a moment and hold hands with all the women in the circle, both those who are joining live and all the ones who will be watching the replay for this. Take a moment and hold hands with all the women and feel this support through your body, through your heart, out through your other hands, both giving and receiving through your hands, holding hands with all the women on this program. And hold the vision of yes, of receiving, of complete openness for all of this. And that just by virtue of us tuning into this vibrationally, it is already in this moment being flooded to us, attracted into our reality. So take a moment and allowing some deep breaths, holding hands with the other women. Ooh, it's really nice. Holding hands with the other women and holding this big yes, yes, yes for this vision. And for yourself. So holding it for the other women and holding it for yourself. And allowing the breath to flow deeply in and out of your body. If your hands feel a bit stiff, you can do a little sitting or standing belly dance, swaying from side to side, just allowing this to enter into your system. And then together, let's raise our hands up towards the sky. And then we let go of the hands from each other and turn our palms upwards towards the sky in an upward receiving position. And then bring the hands all the way up towards the sky and rain down. So making this, as you can see, making this like raining motion with your hands all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And then taking some deep breaths, and feel free to share in the chat here how this feels for you.
So you can just go ahead and write down in the chat how you feel right after this session. Freaking powerful, so much tingling, says Loda. It gave me goosebumps and a happy feeling, says Daniela. Felt energy in my hands. Beautiful. That was so powerful. My whole body was flooded with energy. What a circle. Thank you, women. So much energy in my hands. So happy. Lotus says, my whole body is responding. I love that. That's gorgeous.
Okay, ladies. So from this space, how would you like for us to make this really practical for you? So in the sense of giving you some specific, really easy and really creative and really flowing ways to actually practically laser in on and design how you can make a lot of money. Is that something you would like? Barbara is feeling energized and connected to me. It says, yay! So if you don't want to know how you can practically make money, then we won't share it with you. But if you do, then let us know in the chat. Yes. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Just checking. Okay, great. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to get really practical here. And I'm going to bust through some of this quite quickly. And you will have all of this in a PDF after, so you can go back and you can see all of this in a really really clear way. So I'm going to just put it into the chat as I'm going through it so that you can actually see it. So it's not going to be super pretty, but at least you can see it. And then you can go through the PDF later. Beautiful. Carola says, amazing connection, very powerful. Wow, I can already feel that some beliefs are ready to be changed. Boom, girl. Sweet. So some different ways to create passive and active income. So passive income means that you basically set something up once, say an online course or a system or a program or something, and then you kind of set it and forget it. And it keeps on making money for you because maybe you have an automated Facebook ad campaign that drives people to a landing page where they opt into a free gift that sets off an automatic email sequence that then sells them a program that you have created once, and then it keeps on going. Like, it's not a live program like this, what we're doing here, but say maybe you created a series of videos or a written course instruction thingy, and through that funnel, then it is an automated sequence such that it makes you passive income. An example of residual income, for example, is network marketing, which I don't know if that's something that you ladies are into, but where you are creating a team where you're selling something and sharing something, and as more and more people join and they invite their friends, and this builds up to something called residual income. It's not completely passive because you do need to keep it going, but it creates residual income where effort that you put in like 5 years ago still kind of pays you today. So let me just put in this in the chat so you can follow along. So different ways to create passive income, for example, is to create an ebook or a book or an online course where you create it once and then it keeps on generating income. Network marketing I already mentioned, and the online course can either be a one-time payment or a monthly membership site. Depending on how you set it up, that would either be an active thing, say if you have live components, then that would be an active income. And if you create it once and then you just keep on funneling people into that in an automated way, that would be passive income. Another way of creating active income, of course, is coaching and leading groups and retreats. And groups can either be online like we're doing now, it can be live retreats. So those are some examples of different ways of creating income. And it's very common that you have a combination of a few. So maybe you give coaching, you also lead retreats, and you maybe have like an ebook or a book or an online program. And so usually you don't just do one, but you could simply do one-on-one coaching, and that's all you do. So we are going to go into some different profit models here. And so When it comes to profit models, one really great way to do it for yourself in a really creative way is to look at somebody that you find inspiring that is doing something that's like kind of similar to what you want to be doing, and then kind of reverse engineer how they did it and study how did they do it. Because I bet you they started from zero just like you do probably, and then look at how they got to where today. I just want to check in with Leone if you want to add anything here at this point. I see that you're coming on your beautiful video.
Thank you. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I look really red on my camera.
You do look kind of red, but you
Okay.
you look kind of red.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know why.
It's okay. Maybe I'll just be red.
It's an infinity loop of red, because like you look red, so your screen looks red, so you look more red, and so on.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually my flex is on. So anyway, what I just wanted to share here. So Ronja just shared, right? Really great ways of like, how can we actually make money? And these are just like some general ways of which you can do it. And a lot of these are passive types of income. So something where you put the work in once and then it's going to keep on generating income for you, which is really, really smart because it brings you much faster to creating the money that you actually want and to making the impact that you want. For instance, through an online course, girls can keep on watching that time and time again, and there's no limit to the amount of times that you can share a video. So you have a much bigger impact, and you can earn more, while at the same time keeping the price lower for other women. And now there's something I just wanted to add here about this part, because I know that all of the women who are here are super creative and very excited to make a difference and very excited to heal. So when we talk about the combination of like having like a super beautiful intention for the world and, you know, really powerful, just having street smart kind of tools of like business stuff that you can apply. And when you combine those two together, that's like when really magic comes, right? So a profit model basically is just a way you set up a business through which you're going to be earning your money. And so Ronja just gave you a bunch of examples, which she wrote down as well. And don't worry, we're totally going to go into this in the PDF and like talk about it later. But here's just a little piece of advice I wanted to give. So I know a lot of women, and I've seen this with some of my friends who had great things to share, but they didn't have their profit model backed up. And when you don't have your profit model backed up, you're not going to be able to actually make a big impact with your work because you don't have the money part arranged. So you need to know already upfront, how are you going to bring that money in? And when you have that set, you can just totally let go of everything. And like, I mean, not let go of everything, but you can relax within that, knowing that you can fully focus on your work and actually make a difference and, you know, raise whatever you want to raise on this planet, so that you know that the money part is taken care of. So there's no need to sort of like reinvent the wheel on that. A really smart way to do that is to just look at people and at profit models that are already working, so that within that, you can just fully focus on your mission. It's just very, very powerful. And something that Ronja and I will share about, because yes, there's a lot of different ways to make money, but we are not going to teach you here today how you can make money with like real estate, with like renting out houses, because that's not what we do. So we will tell you what we are up to and what we have done and what really has made a big difference for us. So, and you can totally find your way within that, because there's not like one formula, but Ronja and I work online, and that's the reason why you've joined this program, most likely because you want to at least use the online world in some way to share your message. And what Ronja and I do is information marketing. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about this specific type of the profit model, which is just very simply a way through which you can make money. So information marketing is basically a way of you sharing your knowledge with the world. And by the way, as I'm saying this, I'm like, yeah, well, maybe some of you guys want to sell products as well. That's totally possible. And it would also apply to this. So just stick with me here for a second. So what is smart to do in this is to find people who are already doing something that you want. So very specifically, if we talk about what Ronja and I are doing, we have been inspired by people that are huge with this. And this is a system that's just really simple, very practical, that works. So for example, and this is a little exercise, by the way, that you can do for yourself if you're feeling like, oh shit, I don't know if this is actually possible. Like, how can I bring in that money online? Just start looking at some people who are already doing it. That's going to be eventually enough proof for your subconscious mind to be convinced that, yes, this is possible. So find examples for yourself of people, of coaches or healers or yoga teachers or people who are writing, because I know that you, Siv, are into that. And see people who are already successful in that. And it doesn't need to mean that they exactly sell the same kind of things as you do, but just like that they kind of have a system in place, which is that street smart part where you can be inspired by. And the part that Ronja and I share is information marketing and sharing yourself online, like just really sharing yourself. That's what you're doing. And some people that are already doing it, that are huge with it, well, Ronja and I aren't like huge in certain standards, but we're both successfully doing that and generating our income that way. But there's a lot of other people like Tony Robbins or Marie Forleo, who is a great online entrepreneur, Leonie Dawson, Chris Carr, who has a vegan website where she sells products with people. Danielle Laporte, she's a great woman who talks about spiritual truths in a way that's very down to earth and like connected to like kind of gangster hip hop style, but yet really cool and classy. And or for instance, Layla Martin, who has a really big business, and Ronja is taking one of her courses right now, and she's very good in sharing, you know, she's all about sexual transformation and sharing that with the world. And in a minute, we're just going to go through some very specific strategies that you can use and that you can actually start asking money for. So I'm just going to check in with Ronja here. But before I do that, so the exercise would be that this is also very good to change around negative beliefs in your subconscious mind and like find ways to know that this is actually possible, to like transform those thoughts, is to find people who are already doing what you want to be doing and who are really successful at it. So there's this saying which says, love your family and carefully choose your peers. So you can just, like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just start looking at how some people are doing it online and create a portfolio of that for yourself so that you know that it's actually possible. And you can be inspired by them. So I'm just checking in with you now, Ronja.
Yeah. So sound is good? Just let me know.
Yes.
Sweet. So yes, we will add some names that you can check out in the PDF. And we also want to have, so in the under module 2, inside the members area, then you can also add those that you find. So those that you're checking out, if you want to share, like maybe there's another 10 names or somebody that you are following, because then we can all add in and you can study. Now there is a danger in like looking at other people too much, and you can kind of like get all kind of swamped in and be like, oh, they're doing so amazing, but they've been doing it for ages. And so you get into like comparisonitis and those kind of things. And so it's simply just to see about possibilities and see how you could make something similar work for you, or maybe in an even better way, and learn from other people's ways as well as mistakes. So now we're going into specific money funnels. So funnel, if you are new to that, funnel is a word that is used a lot in business that speaks to the way people get to know you, basically, the way people come into your business in such a way that it's really effortless and flowing. And so most funnels are built in such a way that people find out about you and what you do through what you share for free. So this could be maybe you're writing really inspiring things on Facebook or Instagram. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Maybe you do Facebook Lives. Maybe you give free intro workshops in festivals. It can be live as well. It doesn't have to be online. But people basically get a taster of something. A lot of you found me through YouTube or through an interview I did with somebody else or somebody did with me. So that's all free content that is freely shared. And they're like, hey, I like this girl. I'm going to check out what she's doing. So that's how people usually enter into what's called the funnel. And from there, they might be like, oh, I wonder if she's like offering something. And they check out and she's like, oh, she has this free book, or she has like a free video training series. A lot of women came in through the free Live Your Passion Challenge or through the 9 Secrets video training series that I have. And so that's another part of the free part of the funnel. And then from there might be an entry-level thing that's like pretty affordable and a lot of people can get it. And then from there, you kind of get deeper and deeper into it. So I want to share 3 examples of funnels with you. And the first one is an example of an online funnel. So this is going to look prettier in the PDF, but just so you can see. An example of an online funnel is you start with a free opt-in, which is your list building. You build your email list. The second part of the free thing here is your blog or your videos where you are sharing, you're creating, you're giving, and you're building this know, like, and trust factor. Like people get to know you, they love you, and they trust you. From there, it goes into paid entry-level products, for example, like a group program like this, for example, or it could be something even more kind of, because this is already quite a big investment. It could be like a, you know, a $19, whatever, something like a paid entry-level program where they get a bit of a deeper experience of you. And then from there, they're choosing to, or they could jump from like first step to straight to the premium, but that's like a more exclusive, more advanced group program or a one-on-one service. That's like the deepening experience level 2. So that's an experience, that's an example of an online funnel. An example of a live workshop funnel, and you'll notice that the funnels kind of start in a very similar way, which is why we're going to be focusing a lot on your free gifts and on your blogging and sharing strategy, which is just how you can give and be of service regardless of whether people ever buy anything from you or not. Isabel says, my friend shared your 9 Secrets video with me and that's how I got to know you, Ronja. That's the funnel in action, and here we are changing lives. That's beautiful. So here's an example of a live workshop funnel. Again, free opt-in, list building, you share your blog, your articles, your videos, your inspiration. Then you're like, hey, I'm having an intro workshop, a 1-day workshop in Amsterdam or in Paris or in New York, a 1 evening thing, come enjoy, and this can be free or it can be paid. And then from there, you then funnel it into, say, a weekend retreat or a week-long retreat or a 1-year training or some kind of immersion. And that would be the deepening experience. And these funnels can go on and on. You can have like many, but this is a simplified way just to get you an idea of how we work. So you build your list, you build your reach. We have an entire module about list building that comes later. And you share your gifts and people get a taste. They want more, you give them more. They want more, you give them more. You take them deeper and deeper and deeper. And the beauty of this is that you can start super small, have a couple of free intro workshops or very affordable. And then from there, you keep on doing that. They begin to fill up and sell out. And then people want more and you offer them more and that sells out. So it kind of builds itself. It's kind of like a fountain flow as people go through the funnel. And lastly, an example of a coaching funnel, which you can see here. Again, the beginning is the same. And then from people knowing you, liking you, and trusting you, you're like, hey, I'm offering free laser intro coaching session or a special price intro coaching session, or not even just that, just a kick-ass laser session of some kind that is specific to the kind of coaching that you give. And then from there, if it resonates, then they then would sign up for some kind of premium one-on-one coaching that could go for 12 weeks, 6 months, 1 year, whatever resonates for you. And that is much, much more effective than you being like new on the market and you are like, come and buy my coaching. It's really about this. So a laser session is it's a fancy word for a coaching session, but it's when you laser in on something specific. It can be anything around business, sex, love, relationship, diet, nutrition, eating psychology, body image, self-love, you name it, whatever it might be. and where you're like, okay, in this session, we're going to transform these things. And it's lasering in on creating a clear vision for where you want to go, what might be standing in the way, and how to flow freely into everything you desire. So a laser session is that, as opposed to let's spend an hour and see what happens kind of session, if that makes sense. So these funnels will be in the PDF. So this should give you an idea and inspiration such that when we go through the Abundant Passionpreneur program, we are going to be designing your free offerings. We're going to be designing your opt-in gift. We're going to be designing your paid products and programs, whether that is online or live, or whatever it is that you want to offer, whether it's group or one-on-one or whatever. And through this kind of, oh, okay, I'm gone and I'm back. Okay, so just to reiterate the last minutes that I said, as we go through the Abundant Passionpreneur, we are going to be designing your free gift, your free opt-in. We're going to be designing your intro offering, your more premium product or program or live workshop. And so this is simply to give you an idea of like the scaffolding. Like we'll be filling in the gaps in the different modules in the Abundant Passionpreneur. We're going to be going step by step through this. But this is just to give you an idea. Gone. Okay. Let me know if I'm back.
It's funny, Ronja, because for me, you are here the whole time. So I'm just wondering if that is something. Okay, it looks like most women have it.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever. So we'll just keep on rolling. I'm just like pausing mid-air in a superhero pose and then keep going. Sweet. So yeah, so this is to simply give you an idea. And just by starting these creative like cogs and wheels in your brain and in your creativity, then you're like, oh, that's cool. Okay. And then we want to feed you this early on so that everything makes sense as we fill in the grid. And so that you can open up the creative flow and inspiration already. Okay. So Barbara can also see me. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that you can see me for the most part. Okay, great. So just going to hand it over to my lovely Oni for a moment.
Yay. Awesome. Let me see if I can just make this a little bit bigger. Perfect. So, beautiful women, that may have felt like a lot. I remember that when I first heard about these things, I was like, oh my goodness, wow, this is so much information. However, this was just really a little taste of what's possible. And I just wanted to break some little things down for you a little bit so you do have a bit of an idea, but there's no need to worry because we are going to go and take you step by step through all of these things. So there's no need for you to worry whatsoever about like having to remember all these things or being like super duper clear on it already, because we're going to guide you through that all in the program. So I just wanted to give like a little bit of a hint with like certain things. So as you know, we are mostly generating our income and we'll teach you how to do that through either retreats or coaching or online courses. And what we just shared with you in this funnel, why that's really powerful is it's a really natural way of connecting with people. So firstly, people can get to know you, and you're offering a lot of your stuff for free, which will attract many people towards you, and which also allows you to give also to people who can currently not afford your programs. It's an easy way for them just to get a little bit of a taste of like what you offer. And so the Live Your Passion Challenge was exactly that. We wanted to make a big impact for a lot of women. And we already knew by the beginning that we were going to have a follow-up program because it makes sense, right? If there are girls who are just truly inspired and they feel like, wow, oh my gosh, I want to continue with this. Like, how can I do that? Then we can offer that to them. So that also creates the back end selling, which means you're not selling so much in the front of your store. You don't have to go around in Facebook and be like, oh my gosh, get my coaching, or like buy my program, because we've seen that enough, right? So way of doing this creates like a very natural flow of actually working with people and adding value, because 1,000 women did the Live Your Passion challenge, which is amazing. And a lot of them had great value. And many of them were not ready to actually continue and, live their passion and share their value with the world. And well, all of you obviously are. That's why you're here. But that gives you a little bit of an idea of why we are doing that and why we've set it up in this way, because it just feels really, really natural. So great. Let me just see. There are some messages coming in here. I see a message from Natalie. Everything seems to be retreats, coaching, and so on, which is not really what I'm doing. I suppose this can be applied to what I'm doing, right? And Rania already asked, what are you doing, Natalie? Because most likely it can. Because the internet really is just a powerful way, just trying to see if I can somehow talk to you without my glasses reflecting the screen, maybe like this. The internet is just a very powerful way to broadcast whatever it is that you want to be sharing. So, and you can do that for anything. Like I have friends who are jewelers and like they sell their jewelry online. I have friends who do massages, singing, voiceover soundtracks, definitely. Totally, Natalie. Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. You can just really make use of the internet and also of the stuff that we're going to be teaching to attract the right people for you. So absolutely, yeah. And we can go.
Natalie,
sorry, yeah.
Let's see. I just want to jump in, and because I have something for you specifically, Natalie. So with singing, voiceover, and soundtracks. So if there's anything for example, when I first launched the first video for the Ecstatic Awakening Retreat, which you might have seen, it's a video that starts with a very deep male voice saying, "Are you ready for an ecstatic experience?" And there's this male voiceover. That's somebody that I hired. Fiverr. And so Fiverr is a site where a lot of voiceover people share their stuff, and that's a really good platform for that. To get a lot of exposure. But then how do people actually find out about you? Another girl that you can check out is somebody, her name is Felina Ritchie, I believe. I can look her name up and send it to you. But she has a YouTube channel where she gives people voice tutorials. And so she gives free voice tutorials on YouTube, and she has a lot of followers. And then every now and again, she's like, hey, if you want to do a deepening course in voice, then I have this here, how to learn belting, how to learn breath.
Girls, is Ronia still there for you? She's frozen in a very nice pose. Very elegant, very sweet. And just checking with you if you can still hear her, because for me she dropped out. And in the meanwhile, I am seeing that some of you have written down some things about the internet. Laura writes, I have to write down the same money affirmation for internet. Yeah, me too, says Catherine. So that is something that we're going to be going into during the Q&A session as well. So anyway, I think, Natalie, that Ronia will get in touch with you about this specific example. But yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, yeah. The internet, let me just share with you guys something very shortly about the internet. The internet is almost like the precursor of telepathy. That's how I like to see it often. It is such a powerful tool to connect with the world. Such a powerful tool to connect with the world. And, because for the Live Your Passion Challenge, for instance, 1,000 women join. If I would have had to go, I'm in Barcelona right now, if I would have had to go around the entire neighborhood and actually talk and knock on the door for all of these women and be like, hello, would you like to join? I may have had to go past 10,000 or 20,000 homes, because how many homes are there with young women, and how many homes are there with women that are specifically interested in this? So the internet is just such an amazing connector. I just was telling them, Ronia, that I think the internet is like the precursor of telepathy. And that's why I love it.
I know. Yeah, totally, definitely.
And so I was just sharing the impact that you can make is so much bigger when you make use of it. And if you are worried about like all of the tech stuff, don't worry about it, because we're totally going to take you through all of that gently. And you do not need to be like a tech ninja to be able to do all of this.
I think maybe now my sound is better when my video is off. I just wanted to mention, I had to reload and go back in again. So I don't know who asked, but somebody asked, how do you do it with massage? So for example, like some time ago, I was going to lead a tantric massage masterclass, and I published like an article about 10 keys to giving a magical massage. Or like you could write an article about like all the health benefits of receiving massage and just what you should look for when you are looking for like the most epic massage somewhere. And so this is the kind of way that you can use it. And also in terms of the internet and website and testimonials, if you have a massage website and you gather beautiful testimonials from your clients and you put them up where they're like, oh my God, that was the best hour of my life. And, you know, somebody who comes there and looks is going to be much more likely to book with you than somebody who has nothing online. And so same thing with Reiki healing, is you can create a video about the magic of Reiki and share that and have really beautiful music, really beautiful background. You can do this like a one-off thing, or you can share a lot. So there's a lot of different ways. And we are going to go into this a lot when we specifically begin to create your free offerings and all of that stuff. What I want to check in with you, because we have created really super concrete examples of, well, if you want to make 3,000 a month.
So Ronja, you just dropped out for me again. Could you just see if it would work without your camera?
Yes. Okay, cool. So how is the sound now?
Perfect.
Okay, sweet. So I want you first to take a moment for yourself. Just take a deep breath and tune in with yourself. This is for all of you who are tuning in live and all of you who are tuning into the replay, is to tune into how much money would I love to have flow in every month. If you want to take it for like a year, you can do that, whatever works for you. Maybe it's you want to have 3,000 euros or $3,000 or 30,000 crowns or whatever per month, or maybe 5 grand or 10 grand, or maybe even 1 grand if you don't have much expenses. So just tune into like, oh, this amount of money, like that would feel amazing. And so that's the amount, although usually when we grow in this kind of way, we're like, oh my God, if I had like $3,000 a month, or if I have had $8,000 a month, I could move to this place. I could live in this kind of way. I could have massages every week or every day. I could eat in beautiful restaurants. I could give to charity. Like what kind? Where does it feel like? Oh my God, that would be lovely. And just write down a number, and you can course correct. This is not set in stone, but just for yourself in this moment, write down what is that sound. And this one you can choose if you want to share in the chat, but yeah, feel free. If it excites you to share in the chat, you can. If you want to keep it private, you can. But write down a number. How much money would you love to have flow into your life per month or per year? Okay, because me says something about sound only, which is what I'm doing.
For me, your sound is perfect, Ronja.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So we'll keep on rolling. Yay. Okay, when you have that number, then now we are going to share with you some very specific ways that you can make this kind of money. Yes, and this is an awesome comment. Thank you so much for saying this. You could say at least yourself. So you could say like or more, or 10,000 or more, or 3,000 or more, or 1,000 or more, or
Guys, just checking in with you. For me, the sound from Ronja is very broken up once again. I don't know if you can hear me right now, Ronja.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
You can. Okay, so the last part you kind of dropped out. So you repeated Annika's statement, which said you could say at least X amount of euros, so you don't limit yourself. Yes, very true.
Okay, sweet. So that's basically it. Yes, you can say that or more. And then we are going to share with you some very specific ways.
You know what, Ronja? I think if you can hear me right now, I'm not sure, but your internet seems to be getting worse. So I'm happy to maybe take on from here onwards.
Yes, okay, please do.
Yeah, great. So, beautiful women, I'm really excited. And I would just love to know if you could just like write down your number right now in the chat. And I'm going to just keep I think I'm going to put my camera on. Yeah. So write down in the chat your number. And Isabella is saying 2,500 euros would be amazing. Lotus says, I've never earned any money yet, so I actually have no clue what is a lot or not a lot. Well, maybe just try for right now an estimation for yourself, Ronja, where you're like, oh my gosh, if I would be earning this, that would be great. And by the way, girls, this is a total first shitty draft. So, and this is going to go up and up and up. So for me, when I started out, I was like, oh my gosh, when I can have 1,000 euros per month, oh, that would be really amazing. And now I'm like, my numbers are up. So yeah. Natalie says $10,000 a month. Perfect. Anya says $6,000 a month. Great. Euros. Barbara says 4,000 or more. Mia says krona, which is between $5,000 or $6,000 monthly. Perfect. 5,000 euros per month, says Nicole. Great. Just checking in with you girls because I'm getting some comments that were dropping out. Annika says at least 1,000 euros per month. Yummy. Great start. Suzanne says 15,000 euros a month. I'm down for that one. That sounds good. Well, I'm there sometimes, but then just once a month and not for a while. Anyway, and then Australian dollars, 10,000 per month. I have no idea how much that is. But anyway, girls, you're all pouring in your numbers. I love that. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's start off. Yes. So let's just say that you want to make 3,000 euros per month. And once again, if it's a different amount for you, doesn't matter. But I'm going to just give that example right now. So let's say that you are going to do 3,000 euros per month. Let's just really simply look at what that would look like. For instance, and I'm just going to copy this here in the chat. Oh, Ronja's already doing it. Thank you so much, Ronja. Perfect. So for instance, you can give a 1 weekend workshop per month for 250 euros per person times 12 people equals 3,000. It's really simple. It's just a calculation. So that's one way to make 3,000 euros. Another way is to give 1 weekend workshop every 2 months for 250 per person times 25 people is 6,250 euros divided by 2 months is 3,125 euros per month. Or you can have 6 coaching clients who pay 500 euro per month for private coaching. So this just gives you a little bit of an idea of what's possible. And the reason we're just really simply breaking it down is because, yeah, that's how it is. Like if you want to earn X amount of money, it's going to come down to really simple calculations. And then you'll be able to see, oh, okay, wait, I can actually do this. This is actually the reality of what it's going to look like. And now with that, the last example for the 3,000 euros, before I just give a little bit of some other details, is you can have, for instance, a Patreon account, which is kind of like YouTube, except people pay you for the videos that you get. With 100 people paying I'm not sure how you meant that. Paying $5 or $5 to $100?
Yeah, well, some people, like you have different, with Patreon, you have different levels. So some will pay 5, some will pay 500, and they get different perks for different levels. And so say you have 100 people who on average pay $30 per month, that's $3,000 per month.
Oh yeah, of course. Great. Got it. Awesome. So yeah, Anyway, Annika asked what's a Patreon account, and I don't think I will go into this now because really what we're trying to do is just to give you like an idea of what the calculations are. I just want to share with you though, if you're right now feeling like, oh my gosh, numbers, like this is overwhelming. I remember the first time that my coach, my business coach, this was like 3 years ago, when he told me to sit down and make a calculation of this, I was like, what the walk? Like, what the duck? This is like was so overwhelming for me. But it is also really down to earth, because this is just the practicality of things, and it gives you a little bit of an idea. So I'm just going to continue with the example. So if you want to make, for instance, $5,000 or 5,000 euros per month, you could give a weekend workshop per month for 250 euros per person times 20 people is 5,000 euros. And once again, you're going to see all of this in the PDF, girls. So there's no need to follow along with it totally right now. And I don't think I'm actually even going to mention all of the examples, because they're all kind of variations of what I've already just told you. But what is going to be the exercise for this week?
So I will just put them in the chat, and you can look at them.
Perfect.
And what I do just want to mention is the 10K per month, because that's what it kind of also gets a bit interesting. And you see that actually $10,000 per month is actually not that difficult. So if you want to make $10,000 per month, you could give 1 week-long retreat for 34 people 4 times per year at 895 euros or dollars per person. And that would, if you have residential, that would be like food and accommodation on top. And if you do that 4 times per year, that would give you an average of just over $10,000 per month. If you give 1 retreat 3 times per year for 40 people at 550 euros, super doable. A retreat, 550 a person, 40 people, you do that 3 times per year, then that gives you an average 5,500 per month. And that might be like all you do. But if in addition to giving 3 retreats per year, you have 5 coaching clients who pay you 1,000 per month, or you have 10 coaching clients who pay you 500 a month, a total of 10,500 per month, just by having 5 coaching clients and giving 3 retreats per year. So you see how this is actually like really doable, right? And we can go on and on with lots of examples, but this is like what we want you to do with this is to look at the number you have and write down an example or several what would actually make that kind of money. So if you want to have 2,500 euros per month, then that would basically mean that you need to give like a workshop for 10 people for 250 euros, and you do that once a month. And if that's all you do, you would nail that. But then if you do that plus another thing, then you can double it or triple it or quadruple it. And so whether your number is 15,000 or 10,000 or 1,000 per month, write that down and write down a few examples of what specifically could make that kind of money. And usually there will be a combination. So for me personally, I give one-on-one coaching. I lead group retreats. I have the Central Yugain Academy. We just launched the Abundant Passionpreneur program. I lead women's retreats in the world. And I give both, and massage sessions. And so all funnels into an income stream that is all super aligned with what I want to give and share with the world.
Beautiful, Ronja. I love it. It's just so like it brings things so down to earth, right? Mia says it's so doable. I love it. Yeah, it is. It is. So let me just see here at what else we had scheduled to talk about for today. So girls, I feel, you know what? I think it would be good if we just give you like a few minutes right now, and you don't need to decide on exactly what it is, because I think it's just going to give you a little bit of an idea, but just like take like 2 minutes right now and to make a calculation for yourself. So even if you don't exactly know what you want to do, just come up with something just for the sake of it. Let's say that you are going to do coaching. Okay, coaching, let's say I would get X amount of clients for this amount of price. That's when I will get my, for instance, 1,000 or 5,000, however amount it is. So just try that out just right now. And then once you have that, example, just let it know right now by writing that to us in the chat. And then after that, women, we are totally going to go into your questions. So we're going to open the floor to answer all of your questions. I see already some of them coming in with like limiting beliefs. We're going to go into that. So just take a minute to write that down for yourself.
Yeah, the calculations is to make it super practical, inspiring, and doable. We're hashtagging FSD bliss. That's first shitty draft bliss. No need for perfection.
Yeah, because really most likely this calculation may totally change like next week or tomorrow. But it's just so that you start somewhere and so that you have an idea. Does not need to be perfect.
So I just want to answer Anya's question about, I know it's a limiting belief and maybe too early, but I can't imagine people pay me for that when I start or don't have experience or are a big name. So when I want to share a personal experience of this. So when I first started doing this, I had been working as a dancer in London before, and then I went full-time into women's work and Tantra, and I had just moved to the Netherlands, fallen in love, and I didn't know anybody. And I started having like, I think maybe 10 euro or 15 euro women's workshop drop in. And sometimes there would be 3 women, sometimes 5, sometimes 10. I like told a few friends that I have to bring their friends. And it just started and it grew and grew kind of slowly, actually. And for the first, like, and I didn't know really anything about marketing, so I was like pretty crap. But so you guys already have a head start. But very often in the beginning, people didn't know me yet. And so very often I would like not even make the rent for the yoga studio. So I would end up paying more to give the workshop than the women who actually came and took part in it. But the thing is, I kept going because this was how it was in the beginning. And when I say beginning for me, it's like the first year, 2 years, 3 years. This is how it was for me. If I would start from scratch with the knowledge I have now and what we are sharing, I would do it a lot faster. A lot faster. I would start with, free or entry level, have a lot of women share it with their friends and bring people in and then build from there and build from there. But the thing is that you got to start. And it took for me probably about,
Hey girls, just checking in with you if you can still hear Ronja. Mia, by the way, I see you right. It's too late for calculation here, 10 p.m. I totally hear you. So you can check in with us back again tomorrow and just like listen back to it again. Anna Martin writes, are you guys still live? You're both gone on my screen. That's funny. We're definitely still live. I know that Ronja just checked out, but I'm definitely still here for you guys. So, and I'm getting also messages from most of you that I am still here. So let me just check for a second. I'm actually not sure what the last thing was that Ronja was saying, as I was making some notes for myself. So maybe you can just remind me of that. And as we're doing that, I just wanted to address something that somebody said before. Somebody said, oh my gosh, these numbers, it's actually quite fun. It's a game. And you know what it is? It's really interesting. We said before, money loves a purpose, and it really does. And money also loves numbers. So when we were going to do the Live Your Passion Challenge, I had no idea, because we were using a total different technique to share this with women. Like we asked you to share and you could win prizes, which we shared. And that was totally new. So I had no idea what to expect. We really didn't know. It was totally new that we were trying this and trying it together. We were going to combine our contacts. So we had no idea. And I said, you know what, let me just write down some ideas of like numbers, just to see like how many women would I want to join? How many women do I want to reach? How much money would I like to earn with it? And how many women would I like to have, continue on this powerful journey with us? And I wrote down some numbers and they all came out almost to the point. which is really just absurd because I had no idea what I was guessing for. So whenever you write down a number like that, it becomes much easier to manifest it because the universe is like, yo, I hear you. Let's do this. So it's very, very powerful. And I definitely recommend, even if you do feel some resistance, to just try it out. And it's a total first shitty draft, so you can change it all the time. But it has so much power. So I'm just checking in with Ronja. She is, if everything is all right, she should still be here. And what she will do for us is she's just gonna guide a little closing down exercise for us before I will answer some questions for you after that. And then we're gonna close down the session right now. So if any of you are like, oh my gosh, it's too late, I need to go to bed, you can go now. But we will do a beautiful little exercise with Ronja, which will take how long, approximately?
Couple of minutes.
Yeah. So if you still want to join for that, for like the close down, I would recommend you do it and then go into bed. And otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. So I'm going to give it to you now, Ronja. And after that, girls, I will answer all of your questions.
Okay, so send your good vibes for the connection for this. So today we have gone through empowering beliefs and philosophies about money, as well as your big why you want to have more money, and gone through some specific, very specific funnels for how this can happen, and some super clear examples of numbers and how you can actually bring this in. And so this should give you a lot of stuff to work with as we go through the program, as well as get your creative juices flowing for everything that is to come. And one of the things that Leonie shared with in the beginning is this: the more people I help, the more money I make. That is really what it ultimately comes down to. The more you can be of service and be in that flow, the more money flows as this great enabler that just enables that flow in both and in all directions. So that is what I want to connect us all to right now. So you can do this practice with eyes open or closed. I want to invite you to begin by rolling your shoulders a few times forwards, up, back, and down, just opening your body, taking some deep breaths. You can also let your body move in a kind of undulation or wave. Hopefully this is flowing as opposed to looking like a pixelated monster. So breathing, moving through your body. Great. And I'm actually going to keep my eyes open so that I can keep a look on that it flows, but feel free to close your eyes for this. And then I want you to bring your hands out to the sides. And with your eyes closed or open, imagine that in your right hand, you're holding all of your gifts, everything that you're here to give, everything that you're here to create, all of the ideas that you don't yet have access to, but that are going to come to you and are flowing to you as you get into this creative flow. And I'm placing all of those gifts in your right hand. Beautiful. Okay, cool. We're still rolling. Great. So all your gifts in your right hand, everything that you're here to give, all of your ways of being of service. And then in your left hand, you place all the people that are going to benefit from this. All of the people whose lives you're going to touch, most of whom you have not met yet, but that are being brought to you through this field of vibration and attraction. And these people, they are here and they're like, girl, I'm excited to give you my money. Thank you. And as they hand you their money, they're like, thank you so much. And what they receive is transformation. What they receive is healing. What they receive is a bigger life. What they receive is a changed life experience through the gifts that you have for them. So in your right hand, you have all of your gifts, your offerings, your services. In your left hand, you have all the people that you're going to serve and that you are serving with this. And all of them are super happy and grateful to exchange their money for the services and the gifts that you have to offer. And then send from here a rainbow light, a beautiful rainbow from your left hand. All these people sending their money and their yes into your right hand, connecting into that you have to offer. And that becomes a mutual flow back and forth between the healing and transformation and beauty that you offer and all of these people that are benefiting happily from it. And then when you feel the connection, begin to bring these two together, either above your head or in front of you. Let me just do it in front of my heart so you can still see my hands if you're having your eyes open. Begin to bring these two closer and closer together, all of your gifts and all of the people that you're here to touch and all of the money that is flowing between these two hands. Bring them closer and closer and closer until they meet and touch. And allowing them to meet either in front of your heart or above your head or wherever resonates for you, just feeling this meeting of your offerings, your gifts, all the people and all the money that is this beautiful flow and vortex that connects this entire experience. Giving, receiving, sharing love. And if you have your hands above your head, then bring them down in front of your heart and then begin to rub your hands together. And as we're doing this, we're just sending sparks of light and energy into the entire world, to all these people, to all these collaborators, to all these money and places and everything that is this beautiful dance and co-creation of which you are a part. So sending these beautiful sparks of giving, receiving, sharing love, money, abundance, transformation, and healing out into the world. And just do it a little bit faster for another few moments. And another deep breath. And then allow your hands to slow down, come a little bit apart. And then take all of this goodness and scoop this up. And then wash over your face and allow this feeling to saturate your cells and wash all the way down into your beautiful woman's body, into your womb space, into your belly, into your heart, wherever you want to send it, and placing your hands on your body or just resting your hands down, anchoring this in. And with this, our Module 2 Masterclass is officially complete. We're going to stay for a little bit longer to answer a few more questions. And you'll be receiving the PDF with all of these guided practices and everything. And we look forward to also hearing more of your experiences, share your creativity, both in the Facebook group as well as especially under the Module 2 comment section in the members area, because that's where it's all organized in one place. On Facebook, it kind of gets lost. So feel free to share all of your inspiration, your questions, everything in the members area underneath Module 2. We've had so much fun together with you here. Absolutely beautiful to connect with you all. Laura says, thank you so much. I really felt that they want to pay me to thank me. Yeah, amazing. I have the same thing. When I find something that somebody has created, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm like, here is my money. And it feels joyful because it feels like really honoring worth and honoring value and honoring that it's like a devotional act of love to have that money exchange. Absolutely beautiful.
Yay.
Leon is letting her hair down. That's a good sign. So my loves, I actually need to go because I'm going to go and hold space for 35 women in a pussy breathing session. We're doing orgasmic pussy breath now for the coming 3 hours, or for the coming 2 hours. And I'm space holding together with Layla, assisting all the women. I was a demo woman just before we started this. So just before I was like, hopefully this is not too much information for my mother who's on, but I was like laying on a yoga mat in the center of the circle, naked, doing orgasmic breath work as a demonstration, as Layla was guiding it. And now I'm going to hold space for all the women. It's amazing transformation. So yes, I need to take off. But you are in the hands of Leonie for the questions. And if there's anything else, then I'll be in the comment section in the members area. So if you want to have a guaranteed response to your question, then post in the members area. In the Facebook group, you might get an answer. So beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, loves. I'm signing off from Tulum in Mexico. Love you all so much.
Thank you so much, Ronja. Have fun. Ciao, ciao. Beautiful. So beautiful, beautiful women. Happy birthday to both of you, beautiful goddesses. Thank you so much. Yeah, yesterday was mine, tomorrow it's Ronja's. Or I guess that depends on which part of the world you're in. Oh, yeah, I think it's already her birthday, actually, because it's already the 7th over there. It's not here yet.
I can still hear you. Oh. I'm just on my process to logging up. My birthday is tomorrow. Today is the 6th, tomorrow is the 7th.
Yeah, but I think for you, for you it's earlier.
I'm behind. Yeah, we're behind over here in America. Yeah. We're in Central America. So tomorrow birthday, yesterday Leoni's birthday. Gemini rocks. Okay, loves, now logging off. And Anya, post it in the members area and I will definitely get back.
Perfect. Awesome, great. So I think Ronja just dropped out right now. But anyway, that was perfect timing this time.
Oh, bye.
See you. So beautiful, beautiful women. Wow, what a session. I would love to just hear from you real quick. If you already want to go now, that's fine. But otherwise, I'd love to just hear from you how you feel right now and what's present for you. Just write a little note. Can be one word, can be 2 sentences, whatever you feel right now in the chat. And I'm reading a lot of very sweet happy birthday messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Angelica says, amazing. Mine is 2 tomorrow, the 7th. Beautiful. Congratulations already, Angelica. Carola says, yes, it's amazing. Actually, before I did it, there would be anyone who needs it. And during the rainbow, they just, so before you did it, you weren't sure if anybody would need what you did. And now during this exercise, they just disappeared. Beautiful. You know, it's so beautiful when we start sharing ourselves, how people actually start showing up. It's very, very powerful. Nicole says, I feel some sadness because I feel I am still stuck at what exactly to share. The sweet spot question. Do you have any tips on how I can define something that, something I could start to offer? Any more questions I can ask myself or others to find an offer? Nicole, I'm just going to copy your question inside my notebook here on my laptop so that I can get back to it, because I feel I hear you. I totally hear you. And I totally want to answer that question. I feel right now, though, I would want to mostly answer the questions for this module. But I totally hear you. I think it's really important to address that. So I'm going to get back to you on that and probably post something, maybe even a video or something in the Facebook group. So thank you so much for sharing. And also you say, Nicole, how to overcome limiting beliefs about qualification and legitimation of what one's doing. I suddenly feel like I might be in the wrong program. Okay. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm just going to write this down. So from here, girls, I actually want to share something with all of you. Carola says, I feel that everything just starts rolling. I feel I start rolling with no fear of perfection. Perfect. Yeah, great, Nicole. I'm happy you feel seen. Okay, so I want to share something with you. I'm in Barcelona right now, and I'm here because I'm doing a training from Mind Valley, which is a really great organization, and I'm learning from some of the greatest teachers on the planet, really. I'm learning from people like Lisa Nichols and Marisa Peer, who is like the best hypnotherapy teacher in the UK. And one of the things that Lisa Nichols shared really touched me. And I'm going to just share my own version, my own view on it. Somebody asked a question to her. Somebody said, yeah, but what do I do if I'm just not sure on what I'm up to? And what do I do if I feel like I need to be perfect for us before I start? And then Lisa Nichols, she said, somebody is going to have a breakthrough from something that you do that you're not even sure of what it is. She said, you need to start somewhere. We often make it so much about ourselves, about us not knowing exactly what it is. But she said, that's none of your business. You gotta connect to that which is greater than you. And that means that you need to stumble in the dark. That means you need to go for something and start building on something, even if you have no idea what it's going to look like. Because I do know, Natalie, that you are in this program because you feel like there is some kind of difference that you need to make. So, and it's totally perfectly okay if you don't know exactly what it is. But I would invite you to, for now, pick something. And you know what? When I started, I had no idea. And I drove myself crazy with this question. So I know how you feel. Like I was driving myself absolutely insane with this. Until I started. And I started with catering. And it was fun, but it was also horrible because you have to work a lot and you don't get paid much. Like it takes a lot of time. And what am I doing now? I'm a female empowerment coach. Those are totally different things. Like I had no idea. And so I just started with what felt the easiest, and it was catering because I was excited about food. And I still am, but right now I feel that's not going to be the biggest part of my mission. So I'm not sharing myself about that online as much. I may mention it every here and then because food really helped me, but it's not my thing. You know what I mean? So start with something. Even if it's, I don't know, it doesn't even matter. But you have to start somewhere because you are not going to figure out where you want to go. It's only going to happen if you're going to start taking action. So I'm so proud of you for already being in this program, for already having made that choice. Because it does say that you are up to and excited about something, but it's going to require surrendering the idea of needing to figure it out all at once. There's this saying, you can be right or you can be happy. Or you can be right, or you can be rich. And there's a part of you that might subconsciously try to prove to you that you don't know what you know. But how about you start opening yourself up to the possibility that maybe you do? That's what has helped me. That's what I would highly recommend for you. So I would just love to know from you in the chat, Natalie, if you could just let me know how that answer is. And in the meantime, I'm going to just look at some of the other messages from other girls. So let me see here. Danielle says, I feel supported. Great, Danielle. Beautiful. Anna Marta says, happy birthday, loves. Thank you. And thank you lots as well. And yes, Nicole, I feel you as well. Feel it is maybe a bit too fast for me as well, that I'm not there yet to start sharing. There's something I would like to address about that as well. I'm just going to write that down here before I forget about it. Great. That's written down. So thank you, Anna Marta, for sharing. I really hear you. I'm going to get back to that. Katrin says, thank you. The number factor is a quite interesting one. I love the rainbow exercise. It was so great to visualize. Good night. Mwah. Sleep well, Katrin. Lotta says, some fear, some limiting beliefs, but also lots of good things moving inside of me. Sounds great, Lotta. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, often our most beautiful breakthroughs are behind the fear. There's a reason that fear is there, because it means there's going to be a breakthrough for us behind it. So very excited for you. Isabella says, I feel very excited because everything seems so realistic. I feel that I could really do this. Awesome, Isabella. That's great. Some more reactions. Rainbow exercise was super powerful and makes my body tingle all over. Thanks. Love the calculations and breaking it down. Thanks, Ronja. I love you, says Barbara. So, and Ronja has now officially left the room, so she has actually heard everything we said up until now. Natalie says, thank you, Leonie. I feel supported as well. And I feel the most powerful feeling is that I'm very connected to my dreams. Gorgeous. So just to make clear, this is a different Natalie, I think. Or not. Oh, Nicole. I'm so sorry, Nicole. I called you Natalie, but I meant Nicole. Yeah. Great, Natalie. I'm so happy to hear that. And Nicole wrote, that's so powerful. Thank you. Okay, great. So Nicole, I'm assuming that that made a difference for you. Thank you so much. There is also a lot of optimism and momentum created in me with all you lovely women, and really feel we are onto something big and healing. So much love. Beautiful, Nicole. I love that. And I'm so, proud of you for doing this in the first place, because most people don't ever have to ask themselves these questions. Like most people don't even show up They don't even show up and like consider that they have something to share and do the work to actually look at it. So it's powerful and it takes guts, of course, because we're sharing ourselves. Like, it would be much easier to just hide. So it makes sense. So beautiful. Girls, I'm just curious if any of you have any questions right now that you would like for me to answer. Because right now is the time where I'm just opening the space. If you're like, I want to go home, you can do that right now, but otherwise just write to me if there's any question you'd like to ask. And something that I would love to just share with you, this is on a fear and like wanting to be perfect. So, and what connects to that is something that you also said, Nicole. You said how to overcome limiting beliefs around qualifications, legitimation of what one is doing, etc. That really connects to wanting to be perfect, because you feel like you need to be perfect or you need to become ready before you can actually start making a difference. Firstly, you only become ready by doing it. There's no such thing as all of a sudden waking up and being like, oh yeah, I'm going to speak for 5,000 people. I got this. It doesn't work. You get ready by doing it. When we started with the Live Your Passion challenge, like Ronja had already had a lot more reach, and I did a lot of videos and I had like quite some following, but with the Live Your Passion challenge, it was suddenly much bigger than I had ever before. So did I feel ready? No, I became ready by doing it. That's how you get ready. It's the same with raising your price. I started out with asking like 50 euros or something like that per hour, and now I'm at like 250. And I could never imagine myself doing it for 50 anymore, because it just doesn't make sense for the value that I bring for people. And still, a lot of people say that what I'm charging is very, very little. But the only reason I became ready for asking that price was to ask it, was to actually ask it. And then in doing that, you start showing up for that. So the universe responds to that which you're giving. Just checking over because somebody just walked into the room. So the universe responds to you like that. And also, if you have the feeling like you need to be perfect, or you're wondering like, who am I? Let's say that perfect would be your 100%, which by the way is impossible for anybody to reach, because if you're at 100%, there's no growth possible for you anymore either. Here's the thing. When you have a fear of being perfect, somebody told you once in your youth that you're not good enough as you are. Somebody, when you had put in a lot of work, told you that your work sucked. So that's this fear of wanting to be perfect. So you want to look at that for yourself internally and like discover what's going on for yourself there and hold that lovingly. And about perfectionism, Ronja and I work a lot with the first shitty draft. Somebody on this planet is going to have a breakthrough from your 30%. Somebody on this planet is going to have a breakthrough from your 20%, even from your 10%. So it's not even so much about us wanting to be perfect. It's like, what is this change that you can make and what's stopping you from making it? Now, once again, I don't believe in any kind of sacrifice or anything. Like, you need to do something if you enjoy doing it. However, really, it's not even so much about us stepping up and making the money. Accepting the money is really what allows us to step up and start making a change. When I started embracing the money, it's when I truly started stepping up and actually making a difference. Because now I am no longer afraid of receiving money, because I know it's an amazing return, a beautiful gift from the universe, in return from all the value that I'm actually contributing. And what's really important is the difference that you get to make. And then the money is just a beautiful way to enjoy your life and grow even more and serve even more. So I'm just looking at your messages now. Lotus says, constantly thinking it can't be that simple, the counting. Well, it is. But I totally hear you. I get that, Loda. But it is, miraculously. It is actually That's how it is. It's just numbers. Angelica says, I have already something to share, but I have a big blockage by showing up, teaching retreats, or creating a program. I do already teach to small groups, but even a retreat scares me a lot. How to overcome this shyness? Another teacher of mine, she said, I started teaching with my limiting beliefs. And as I was teaching, they slowly disappeared. That's one way to do it. And just start experimenting with it, because you'll notice that when you just start doing it, it will all of a sudden become normal. And it won't be that much of an obstacle as you thought it was. And you can also do trainings. There's amazing trainings that teach you how to become a great speaker and how to actually start feeling comfortable with that. Isabella says she's going to unplug. Much love. Have a good night. Carola says, it really helps me to believe that all of this is possible, not getting lost in other people's limiting beliefs. Beautiful. I'm excited for you, Carola. That's a great idea also, Angelica. And Yanni, take a sister on board and have fun together. Yes, I'm doing this together with Ronja for a reason. It helps. For me, I love working together in a team. It really helps me step up much more. It's much easier for me. And then after you've done that, you can go along on your own. I know a lot of very, very successful people who have done that. So that's a great idea. Carola says, oh yes, something practical. How about taxes in this calculation? That's true. You do need to keep that into account. However, for now, just to keep it simple, I think you can leave those out for now. And so you need to ask yourself the amount of money you need to make, excluding the taxes. So the taxes still need to be taken off of that. I think that would be the easiest way to do it. Barbara says, for me, it is still a little vague, but the numbers are making it more solid. And I trust that the program will give me more inspiration to get it all rolling and flowing. Yes, definitely, Barbara. That will definitely happen. This is only the second module, and we've got a bunch more to go. Great. Looks like you've got a hookup there, Janie and Angelica. Barbara says, this is what I feel now. I still don't know what there can be beyond what I am doing and imagining now. I think we're going to go into all of that during our program. So, gorgeous women, any last minute questions? I'm here for like a few more minutes. So just let me know right now, and I'll be able to answer them for you. I see there's still 13 women live, sticking in there with me at 10:30 Dutch, Barcelona time, where I am right now. There was another thing I just wanted to express as well, like about money. In case some of you still feel like wondering if there's enough money in the world, just go sit in an expensive car dealer for a day and just notice people coming in and buying Porsches and going back out. There's plenty of money on this planet. There's plenty of money on this planet. And if you look at some of the most powerful companies in the world, like Coca-Cola, and if you just see like what some of those CEOs are charging, why would you feel bad about charging like $250 per hour for your coaching? Also, there's a lot of people that actually, so Ronja and I are all about high end, because when you work on the higher end of the skill, that's when you can actually start over delivering. So Ronja and I don't worry about the amount of time we spend when we are coaching someone, because we know we're getting paid well enough so that we can fully give ourselves and share ourselves with people. Something else I wanted to just quickly share. I'm just checking in with you. Is there some super scary homework coming? Well, nothing more than what we talked about, which is play, I think, really. So nothing else than that. No, it's just getting clear on your beliefs, getting clear on your big why, finding inspiring people that are already doing what you're doing, and doing the number calculation with the examples. Janie says, I'm still struggling with the idea of opening up to the world of Tantra, which is what I want to share, while I have a representation of being an artist and teaching children. Do you have any suggestions for that? How can I offer both, or will I need to pick one? Yeah, great question, Janie. So that you could do it under 2 names, or you could do it under 1. If you are teaching children, then I am assuming that you are not reaching out to the children online, but you're reaching out to the parents. And I'm also assuming from what I've seen from you that you're working with relatively conscious parents. So, and I'm also assuming that those people would be okay with a woman being wholesomely developed. So also looking at the world of Tantra. I really hear you, because this was a struggle that was very present for me until I just really dove into it and I started really embracing it. My biggest fear was that my grandparents would find out that I'm talking about sex on Facebook because it's such a big passion of mine. It's such a big part of what I do. One very great idea is that if you promote your company as you, so Janie Peterson, if I'm correcting your name, then you can really do anything you want underneath that. Like if you look at Ronja and I, for instance, like I talk about intimacy. My partner and I do couple coaching, and we're now teaching women how to create an online business doing what they love. And so doing something, promoting something under your own name, you can like kind of give it an umbrella of what your mission is. And then you may actually be able to combine all of those things in one and share it all under one name. And then as you go and you're developing yourself, it will probably become clear to you what is the thing that you want to focus on most anyway. So that's my advice for you right now. So, okay, beautiful women. So this was a long session, 2.5 hours. If you have any further questions, please share them in the Facebook group and or in the members area. We are going to probably need to edit this video a little bit so that we take down all the distractions. And then we're going to share it to you ASAP. So I think that's it for now. Let me see. This is so valuable, and I'm grateful for all of you. Good night and sweet rainbow sparkle dreams to all of you. Thank you so much, Nicole. I love that. That's so nice to hear. Makes me feel really, really happy. So, okay, beautiful women. I love you all. I'm so grateful that I get to have the honor to share with you. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm so excited for everything that we're up to together. And yeah, and I will see you all very, very soon and in the next session. So Lotta says, thank you very, very much, Leonie. You are awesome, and I feel you too. Thank you, Lotta. Oh, see, if I wouldn't have stepped up, and if I wouldn't have embraced also the money that I am making with sharing this with you, which I think is important also because it shows your commitment, I wouldn't have been able to contribute to you like this. I wouldn't have been able to contribute to you like this. So we're actually not doing the world a service if we feel afraid of earning money. So yes, beautiful women. And Janie will need to sleep over it. That's great. Good night to you all, Sis Anna Marta. Love to you all, Sis Angelica. Sweet dreams. Wonderful class. Thank you all. Thank you, Leonie. Thank you, Anya. Thank you so much, Daniela. Thank you, Alpha. Good night. Thank you so much, both of you. Mwah. I love you all. We are family. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, beautiful woman. Wishing you all a beautiful night. See you very, very soon. There's going to be an email with follow-up and a PDF tomorrow. Sending lots of love. Mwah.